Greetings from the farm on a very blustery November Wednesday. This is the Thanksgiving CSA winter box, is kind of how we think about it. So many of these things should keep quite nicely until you want to prep Thanksgiving meal for next week, and I'll give you some tips on that. So we have more Brussels sprouts. Just keep them in this bag in your crisper drawer and they should be fine. Butternut squash out on your counter, and that will be fine until then. Same with the onions out on your counter, and the garlic. Keep that on the counter. We have beets, and we did a golden beet and a couple of red beets. Those sealed airtight in your crisper drawer should be fine until Thanksgiving. Same with the carrots. Keep it in the bag that they're in if you'd like to keep them that long. These have been frosted, so they are delicious. The celeriac, if you're intimidated by this much celeriac, we highly recommend mashing it with potatoes or putting it in stuffing. And it has kind of a mottled appearance on the inside. That, just wrapped airtight in your crisper drawer or in your refrigerator, will allow for that to last as well. We like to also eat it raw. The potatoes, you can just keep those out. They don't need to be refrigerated. And they pair very nicely with the leeks for a potato leek soup or anything along those lines. I actually sauteed the leeks with some leftover kale yesterday. That was really nice. The leeks, to prep, to store, you just put them airtight and then in your fridge to prep. I just cut the root end off, the top end off, slice them in half, chop it, and then I rinse it in a colander because there is dirt that gets down in between the leaves. You can see that, and that's very normal for leeks. Typically when you buy them in the store, it's sand instead of dirt. We don't have sand, we have dirt or soil. About 5 pounds of sweet potatoes. Just keep those out on your kitchen counter, out of direct sunlight, and they should be fine until Thanksgiving Day. Just monitor them. And the spinach we just picked. It went through a frost, so it's exceptionally sweet. And because of the cold weather, it's not as large as I would like, so it took us a while to cut and wash, but it tastes delicious. So if you can actually wait that long, this should also keep until Thanksgiving meal. And then a sprig of sage and rosemary to do some stuffing or to cook with the vegetables. So in the fields, we're still harvesting a few things like Brussels sprouts.
Take advantage of the early bird CSA discounts. Registration's now available for 2018.